This generation had the best Beyblade designs. And don't fight me in the comments, it's a fact. Like, look how clean this Beyblade is. And this one looks so cool, and don't even get me started on that one. I know a lot of people love Metal Fight and even X designs, but 12-year-old me was going crazy for these Beyblades. And my favorite generation by far was Evolution. Every Beyblade had its own unique power, and every Beyblade had a peak design, and it just holds a special place in my heart. I remember waking up, going on some pirate sketchy website every Monday at 5 o'clock in the morning to watch the new episodes the second they dropped. I probably downloaded like multiple viruses on my computer. Anyway, although I love the gameplay of X, I mean, how could I not? They're back to metal contact points and they move at Mach speed. However, I still believe the designs of the Burst generation, especially the Evolution series, was peak. So I decided to commission our amazing 3D modeler Spooky to bring back my childhood and turn some of these Burst Evolution designs into X. I commissioned 5 of the most iconic Burst Beyblades, and at the end of the video, I'm gonna battle all of them in a tournament to see which upgrade Burst Beyblade is the best. But before we do that, let's look into every Beyblade we created. Starting off with the classic Legend Spriggan. First up, we have probably my favorite Evolution Beyblade. This thing did it all. It was dual rotation, the right spin mode had upper attacks, the left spin had smash attacks, it had a metal god chip making it heavier than all other Beyblades, and it was just so cool in the anime. And this is the design Spooky came up with. It's kind of the exact same thing as the original, but that's why I love it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And now it has these extreme sharp metal contact points. Now, before I test this thing out in battle, if you guys want to print this Beyblade or any other Beyblades we create in this video, I'll have all the files linked in the description. You can download them and print them out of plastic at home if you have a 3D printer, but if you want to print them out of metal and battle them against your X Beyblades, you're going to have to use an online metal 3D printing service. And JLC 3DP is genuinely one of the best metal 3D printing services out there. They're the channel sponsor, but before they even started sponsoring us, I was using their website. They're fast, their prints are quality, and they're cheaper than other websites. Everyone I know who prints custom Beyblades uses them. All you have to do is go to their website, upload your parts, choose the material. I usually go with stainless steel for the metal, then just put in a description. So for Beyblade, it's toy part, and then submit order. An engineer will go over your parts and they'll usually send you an email saying your walls are too thin if you want to accept the risks. Beyblade parts are just small by nature. It's inevitable to get this message from them. I always just accept the risks. I've never had a problem doing so. And in a couple weeks, your part should come in. So now with our Beyblade printed, let's battle it. So every Beyblade we make in this video, we'll put through 3 different quick tests. And these tests will determine their rank on the bracket. So if a Beyblade does really well, it'll be the #1 seed. If a Beyblade does really bad, it'll be like the lowest seed. Anyway, the first test is just a quick spin test. The second test, we'll battle the Beyblade against its burst counterpart. And then for the final test, we'll battle it against an actual X Beyblade. So let's get this started. Here we have Legend Spriggan. And like I said before, this is my favorite, or at least one of my favorite burst Beyblades. And now we have it in X and it looks so clean. And what's really cool about this Beyblade, wait, I put the combo 970. I think this is point, I don't know. I thought it just looked good. So what's really cool about this Beyblade is that it is dual rotation. So as you see, spins right perfectly fine. And then it just jumps in the pocket. Let's hope it doesn't do that during the battle. And then we just put it on the left spin launcher. And now it spins left, perfectly fine. It's going crazy. But yeah, let's see how this guy does against the real Legend Spriggan. Go, shoot. Go, shoot. All right, both Legend Spriggans are in the stadium. So the real one definitely is a lot bigger. But the X one just has so much more metal, actual metal contact points, and it's able to just obliterate the original Legend Spriggan. And actually, I wasn't even using the right combo. I had the dash driver, and it still burst him. So as you can see, this Legend Spriggan is by far better than the prior one. So now, let's see how it does against the next Beyblade, and I'm gonna put it up against Silver Wolf. One of the best stock combo Beyblades, and this guy has amazing stamina and amazing defense. So let's see how our Legend Spriggan does against it. I'm gonna use it in right spin mode, and if it does bad, then I'll switch to left spin mode. All right, there we go. Silver Wolf. And there we have our Legend Spriggan. Hey, yo, the upper attacks are crazy on this thing. And I love how, again, it is a bounce type Beyblade. It was going crazy at the beginning, and then the point bit brings it back to the center, just like the original Legend Spriggan, doing some crazy counter attacks right there. That was kind of like counter break from the anime. But in the end, oh, dang. All right, Silver Wolf takes the first point. The score is 1-0. We'll do first to 3 points. And there we go. You know what? It just got 3 points right there. Just destroyed Silver Wolf. And actually, let's do first to 4 points because I want to test out its left spin mode. Left spin Spriggan smash attack version. It should get harder hits now. Okay, definitely. Oh, hit a burst. Yo, this Spriggan is awesome. Okay, I can say that the X version of Spriggan is crazy, but let's move on to another evolution Beyblade that we're bringing into X. Next up, we have Blaze Ragnarok, and oh my goodness, this upgrade version looks so good. Just like the original Blaze Ragnarok, it has a fairly round design, but instead of the Ragnarok heads being made of plastic, they are now fully metal, meaning this Beyblade will have some crazy spin time. I mean, it's basically a circle. Now, like I said before, in the Evolution series, every Beyblade had its own unique power and gimmick, and Blaze Ragnaroks were these little plastic wings that move back and forth. But now they're metal! So that's kind of cool. Anyway, the combo I decided to give it was 460 to kind of match the 4-cross disc and high needle because it has a similar shape to its original tip. Let's test this thing out. Oh my gosh, guys, this Beyblade looks so clean. But first off, let's just do a quick spin test. 3, 2, 1, go. There we have it. Blaze, it looks so good when it spins too. Okay, like I loved our Spriggan Beyblade. This guy looks amazing and it performs super well. But what I really like about the Ragnarok Beyblade is it's kind of not the exact same thing as Ragnarok. It looks like an actual X Beyblade. Like I'm gonna be honest, Spriggan one doesn't look like an X Beyblade. It still looks so cool though, just because it's Spriggan. Anyway, let's see how it does against the original Blaze Ragnarok. X version of Ragnarok. Original Blaze Ragnarok. Let's see who's going to win this one. Oh! No! Did our Beyblade just break? No! That's so tragic. It broke on the first launch. The Resin 8001 is really cool because you can print transparent plastic, but it is definitely not as strong as like tough PLA. So I'm gonna print a new version and I'll be right back. All right, fixed him up. Let's try that again. Here we have. All right, I think Ragnarok's cooked. Let's just move on to the next Beyblade. The problem is the wings are a little too heavy for the resin plastic that I printed the top plastic with. So the top plastic's supposed to hold it down, but the wings are a little too heavy. The momentum kind of pulls it apart, so its gimmick kind of just breaks the Beyblade. I probably should have just printed it with more sturdy plastic, but the clear plastic just looks so cool. But yeah, all right. Sorry about that, guys. Ragnarok. I mean, we could try to battle it like this. You know what? Let's try it. You know, I'll give you guys one battle. Let's go. Ragnarok and Ragnarok Burst. Actually, this might actually not be that bad. We'll give it one more try. Ragnarok super thinned out versus Impact Drake. Yeah, okay, Ragnarok sucks. Let's move on to the next Beyblade. Beyblade number 3 is the iconic main character's Bey, God Valkyrie. In my opinion, one of the best designed Beyblades ever made. Its main gimmick was the spring in its layer, giving the Beyblade a bound attack ability, allowing it to launch opponents, at least in theory. In reality, it did the opposite and kind of softened the blows. But this is the new X version, and because of the added metal, it's much heavier and carries much more momentum. I've used this design before in a past video, and let me just say, this hits a lot harder than you'd expect. And actually, you know what? Let me just show you. All right, guys, let me show you the power of the X God Valkyrie. So first up, of course, we gotta do a test launch. There we go. Okay, pretty standard, you know, doing some pretty strong X attacks right there, X dashes. But let's see how it does against the normal God Valkyrie. Go. Go. All right, strong hits from the X God Valkyrie. Actually, the Burst God Valkyrie is holding on pretty well. I'm actually kind of surprised. Never mind, it just bursts. All right, let's put it up against an actual X Beyblade. I want to see how he does against Rock Golem. Rock Golem is one of the best defense Beyblades. Can our X version of God Valkyrie penetrate that defense? Let's see. Rock Golem, Valkyrie, first to 4 points. That was a crazy hit, but Rock Golem got to 8 that. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. The bound attacks on this Beyblade are insane. Anyway, that's still only 1 point because he hit him into the pocket, but Rock Golem was able to jump out. So the score is 1-0. Never mind. Look at that. Just an instant burst from bound attack. The score is now 3-0. Go shoot, go shoot. Valkyrie might low-key be the strongest Beyblade that we've created all day. It might even be more powerful than Legend Spriggan. I'm saying it. It's so good. It's so good. There you go. That is the power of the X version of Valkyrie. It is definitely going to get a high seed in the tournament, but let's move on to our next Beyblade. This next Beyblade is probably the craziest design in the video, and it's based on Nightmare Longinus. Definitely the best Longinus Beyblade ever created. This Beyblade has multiple powers. First off, it fused the layer in the disc, so the Beyblade only had 2 parts. But because of this, it was extremely hard to burst and has more metal than any other Beyblade at the time. But its main gimmick was through the dragon heads. Throughout the battle, after every hit, the heads would click and move forward, and every time they moved, the weight would shift and grant Longinus even more power. Not only that, this Beyblade came with one of the most overpowered tips: Destroy. This was an attack type flat tip with the free spinning ring around it, allowing it to get strong hits but also granting it amazing endgame stamina and stability. In my opinion, Destroy was the best attack tip to come out of Beyblade Burst. Anyway, here is the X version of Nightmare Longinus. It's clean, it's heavy, and it has all the powers of the original. It fuses the blade and the ratchet into one part, and it has a locking mechanism in the blade that moves the dragon after every strong collision. Not only that, we also created a Destroy bit with the same exact free spinning mechanism as the original, except now it has gears on it so it can ride the extreme rails. This Beyblade is going to be insane. I know Valkyrie did really well, but come on, Nightmare Longinus, this thing is probably gonna destroy. But first off, let's do a test launch, and we're also testing its brand new bit that we made. So 3, 2, 1, go! There we go. Nightmare Longinus. It's actually not doing that powerful of X stat, but look how many times it's going. Wait, it's like, it did like, okay, the X dashes aren't that fast, but it did like 10 X dashes. Like, look at that, it has so much stamina. Okay, I think I know what the problem is. So if you look at the Destroy bit, again, it's meant to ride the extreme rail, but we made it free spin. So it doesn't actually ride the extreme rail that fast, but what it does do is it actually conserves a lot of stamina, because usually when an X Beyblade rides the extreme rail, it loses a bunch of stamina, but it gains like that extreme power. Because this part is free spin, Longinus is able to ride the extreme rail. It doesn't get as powerful as attacks as you saw, but it's able to conserve a lot of spin. And you know what, I never actually thought about this gimmick working in X, but low-key, this might be like secretly overpowered. I feel like on a defense or stamina Beyblade, something like this would be super OP. So Takara told me, if you're watching this, you gotta make like a free spinning X bit. Cause look at this right here. Go! Like, look at this. It literally just keeps reattaching. It just keeps reattaching and keeps going. Even though, again, it's not moving that fast, it has amazing stamina. It's able to conserve so much stamina because the gear on the bit is free spinning. It doesn't take that much spin away every time it does an extreme dash. It is kind of, I feel like it's gonna be kind of OP. Anyway, let's see how it does against the normal Nightmare Longinus. And okay, like I love our Nightmare Longinus, it looks amazing, but come on, the normal one looks so good. Okay, there we go, X version of Longinus and normal Longinus. Let's see who's gonna win this. Solid hits. Okay, there's no way. I feel like the X version of Longinus is just, even though it's slightly smaller, it does have more metal and it is heavier, and there it goes. It's just able to burst the normal Nightmare Longinus. You know what? I am actually really in love with this X version of Nightmare Longinus. Although it can't ride the extreme rail as fast as other X Beyblades, it just stays so long and every hit is so consistent. Look at that. It's just able to burst the Nightmare Longinus twice. Wow, okay, but again, the real test, let's see how it does against an actual X Beyblade. And you know what, because this thing just feels so OP to me, let's test it against the most powerful X Beyblade combo, Wizard Rod 160 Hexa. This is the best Beyblade combo in the game. Everyone uses it on their deck. I'd be more surprised if you went to a tournament and someone wasn't using it. So let's see how it does against our X version of Nightmare Longinus with the destroy bit that actually does not lose that much spin from extreme attacks. Oh no, he comes back. Yo, oh, he throws it back again. Wait, this Beyblade. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna throw him in again. Let's see if it can beat him twice. Can it beat the best Beyblade in the game twice? Because, oh my gosh, look at those hits. Even after winning a battle, it's still hitting super hard. And again, it is a left spinning Beyblade. It is gonna steal spin. Is the destroy bit gonna have good life after death though? That's the question. Because if it does, this thing's gonna be so OP. Oh my gosh, this Beyblade is busted. It's busted. It just beat the best Beyblade combo in the world twice with one launch. And you know what, let's just try it again. Let's try it again. The extreme dash, not so powerful, but it just has such great stamina because it doesn't lose spin from the rail. Takara told me, if you're watching this, you have to do this. You gotta make the gears on the bit free spin. That needs to be a gimmick in the future. Maybe it doesn't have to be like destroy where it's an attack bit, but if you do that to like a ball bit, oh my gosh, that Beyblade is gonna be so OP. Anyway, let's see how it does against Wizard. This time it's going to life after death, and of course, Destroy has amazing life after death. I'm sorry, Valkyrie, you were really good, but I think we're gonna have to give the #1 seed to Longinus, but actually, maybe not, because we have one more Beyblade that we did create.
And finally, the last Beyblade we made into X is Kinetic Satomb. Its main gimmick are the wheels on the layer that were supposed to deflect attacks, but honestly, they really didn't do much. Maybe because they were so small. So when creating this Beyblade into X, Spooky made sure to make the wheels much bigger to hopefully aid in defense. Let's test it out.
All right, let's do our test launch with Kinetic Satomb. I know the Japanese version is called Christ Satan, but I don't know. I'm Christian. It feels weird saying Satan, so I'm just gonna call it Kinetic Satomb. So here we have, Kinetic Satomb sounds a lot more fun. Here we have Kinetic Satomb. It's a defense Beyblade. It's doing defense Beyblade things, as in it's just sitting in the middle. Anyway, let's see how it does against the normal Kinetic Satomb. There we go. And here is the burst version. All right. Yeah, I mean, the burst versions, they don't have a really great track record against the X versions. The X versions usually just destroy them, just like that.
I don't think we need to do another battle. I think it's gonna end up the same way. Let's battle it against an X Beyblade. For Kinetic Satomb, I want to test it against an attack Beyblade just to see if the rollers actually do work now. So here I have, of course, the most iconic attack Beyblade, Dran Sword. Go, shoot. All right, there we have it. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Kinetic Satomb, low-key. I feel like the wheels kind of worked there. It deflected his attack and just knocked him straight into the pocket. He didn't even move from that recoil. You know what? I will count that as a success. So that is 2 points to Kinetic Satomb. Let's see if he can do it again, though. Was that a fluke, or can he do it again? Okay. Didn't really deflect it there, but it kind of counterattacked with an extreme dash. And then solid hits there, defeating Dran Sword once again. Let's see how he does. Solid hits from Dran Sword, but he is eating them. He's eating them. And in the end, I'm pretty sure he's gonna take it. You know what? He did pretty well. Do I think he did as well as Longinus? No, but he didn't do terrible.
Now that all the Beyblades have been tested, it's time to create the tournament bracket. The number 1 seed is, of course, Nightmare Longinus. The second seed is God Valkyrie. The third seed is Legend Spriggan, and the fourth seed is Kinetic Satomb. Ragnarok didn't make it for obvious reasons. Anyway, this is the bracket, and let's get started with the first battle from round 1. Spriggan versus Valkyrie.
So for the first round, we have the number 2 seed Valkyrie versus the number 3 seed Legend Spriggan. We're gonna do first to 5 points, and oh my gosh, this is an exciting battle. Oh, these are like the 2 best burst Beyblades, Valkyrie and Spriggan, and let's see which one is better in X. So I'm gonna start with right spin Spriggan. There we go. Versus Valkyrie. All right, missing its attacks. Still missing its attack. Spriggan staying strong in the center. What a great bounce type Beyblade. Transitioning into a slightly more attack-oriented version, but then back to the center. And in the end, oh wait, they're both kind of scraping. They're both kind of scraping. Spriggan looks like it's gonna scrape first though. Let's see it. No, Valkyrie saves him, and Spriggan takes the first point. The score is 1-0. There we have it. X version of Spriggan, X version of Valkyrie. Both very good launches. And Valkyrie jumps straight into the extreme pocket. Okay, the score is 4-0. It looks like Valkyrie is low-key throwing for his best friend Spriggan. Okay, solid hits right there though. Okay, will Valkyrie make a comeback? Oh, that made Spriggan go very off balance. Valkyrie scraping, and Valkyrie takes the third battle. The score is 4-1. And you know what? Let's switch it. Spriggan, let's go left spin mode. Left spin, Legend Spriggan, and here we have God Valkyrie. Oh! Launches him straight into the pocket. The score is now 4-3. Valkyrie is coming back. All right, you know what? Left spin mode ain't it. We're going back to right spin mode. Right spin Spriggan versus, here we have God Valkyrie. Okay, Valkyrie is missing all of its hits. It's missing all of its hits, but it only needs one strong one. Will it get that one strong hit? I don't think so. It looks like it's gonna be another spin finish, and this time, Valkyrie won! It's tied! The score is 4-4. All right, Spriggan, you gotta lock in. You gotta lock in. All right? Ah!
In the end, Spriggan defeated Valkyrie, meaning Legend Spriggan moves on, but up next, we have the second battle of round 1, Nightmare Longinus versus Kinetic Satomb.
All right, first round, Longinus versus Satomb. And I'm actually gonna launch Longinus first, just because even though it's an attack type, the fact it doesn't get hurt by the rails is such a buff. So there we go, Longinus versus Kinetic Satomb. Let's see how Kinetic Satomb does. The wheels look like they're actually kind of working. It's deflecting the attacks. You can kind of hear it. I'll be quiet so you can hear it. Do you hear that? The wheels are deflecting attacks. It's doing pretty well, but against Longinus, the fact that it doesn't really need to attack that hard because in the end, it can just steal spin and the destroy bit is so OP. Look at that, it's so OP, it can just defeat him that way. So the score is 1-0. We are going to do first to, you know, let's do first to 5 points. There we go. Oh! Okay, you know what? It doesn't even need first to 5 points because it just broke him. It just broke Satomb, but let's see if Satomb can recover. Again, I use the same clear plastic as Ragnarok. It kind of breaks after a while. So if you are printing these at home, I suggest probably not to use resin 8001 unless you're just displaying it, because displaying them looks amazing, but actually battling them, it's not the most sturdy plastic material. But yeah, let's see how Longinus does against Kinetic Satomb here. I mean, let's be honest, even if Kinetic Satomb didn't explode there and break, he wasn't beating Longinus. Oh my gosh. He just totally destroyed him. You can just look at his carnage there.
Anyway, Longinus moves on, which means the final round will be a battle between Nightmare Longinus and Legend Spriggan.
Legend Spriggan versus Nightmare Longinus. This is an iconic matchup in the anime. I'm pretty sure this is the reason why Shu got rid of Legend Spriggan and upgrade to Spriggan Requiem. It's because he lost to Nightmare Longinus. So let's see if the X versions are just like the burst ones and see how Legend Spriggan does against Nightmare Longinus. I'm launching Spriggan in left spin mode just because in left spin mode Longinus can't steal spin, and that's probably Longinus's best weapon. The X version, just because the destroy bit is so OP, and still Spriggan cannot get strong hits, and Longinus just bullies him, taking the first point. So that is 1-0 to Nightmare Longinus. Let's see how Spriggan, if he can come back. Spriggan missing its attacks, solid hits, but it's doing nothing to Nightmare. Bro, I don't think there's anything that could defeat this Beyblade. The score is 2-0. Spriggan has tried his best. He's launching these crazy attacks, and still, oh, that was an insane attack. But still, Nightmare holds on. He's just such a tank. The destroy bit is just so good. I hope they never release something like this in X, actually. I take it back. This bit is so overpowered. It is just tanking every hit. It can dish out attacks. It has amazing stamina. Oh! You know what? I'm giving that to Spriggan. I'm giving that to Spriggan. Even though he jumped out of the top, he launched Nightmare straight into the pocket. That was the most impressive thing I've seen all video. We're giving that to Spriggan. The score is 2-2 tied. You know, you gotta help Spriggan out when you can, right? No! Okay, now the score is 4-2. You know what? Since this might be Spriggan's last battle, I'm gonna launch him in right spin mode. Right spin mode Spriggan. Let's see it. Miss Longinus there. Come on. Missed him again. Oh my gosh. Longinus is just hiding. And in the end, yeah. All right, if we were being honest, the destroy bit's so good. The Longinus blade is so amazing. It's fused, the blade is fused with the ratchet, so it doesn't burst at all. And in the end, yeah, okay. What were we expecting? And you know what, I kind of just want to keep battling Longinus because it's such a fun Beyblade. We're going to do one more battle. And I'm going to launch Spriggan in left spin mode. Why not? Left spin mode Spriggan. And just cooked. Just absolutely destroyed by Longinus. Try it again. All right, let's go. Left spin mode Spriggan one more time. This time he's able to win. All right, well, if you're watching this far in the video, this is just going to be a montage of destroying Beyblades with Nightmare Longinus because it's fun. So here we have Rock Golem. Rock Golem versus Nightmare Longinus. Let's see how it does. Okay, standing strong. Standing pretty strong. This might be my favorite custom Beyblade we've ever created. It is so much fun to use. Because it's like, it's controlled, but it's still so powerful. It feels like even when it's spinning slow, its hits are just so impactful. And let's see how it does against Rock Golem. Rock Golem is actually holding on pretty tight right there. But it looks like these ladder hits, yep, it's gonna end him off. And in the end, Nightmare is going to take it. All right, anyway, that was making Burst Beyblades into X. Overall, the Longinus was super OP. I will have all the files linked in the description. If you do print with JLC 3DP, print in Resin 8001 if you want to display your Beyblades. Don't print in Resin 8001 if you actually want to battle them. They will break. Print in nylon if you want to battle them. And yeah, if you're gonna battle with the Longinus, this thing is actually so much fun. And as you see, the gimmick did work over time. The dragon heads did move, which is pretty awesome. I'm just gonna move it back. But yeah, remember to rate, comment, and subscribe. I will definitely be using this Longinus Beyblade more in the future, and I will see you guys later. Have a nice day. LeftBurst out.